Good afternoon, yogis. Today we're going to learn 5 different breaths, 5 different types of pranayama. We're going to start with the Ujjayi breath. This is commonly used at the beginning of a vinyasa practice, and we use this to calm the mind. We're going to make a little sound as we breathe. Some people call it the Darth Vader breath, or it also sounds like ocean waves. And we are going to start by pretending we're fogging a mirror. Our hand is going to be the mirror, and we're going to make that little sound. And if you hear that little sound, you feel the back of your throat tightening, and you can hear that little sound. And by making that sound as we breathe in and out, that's going to quiet our minds and keep us calm, and we're going to be focused on the sound, and that will keep the chatter that we normally might have running through our heads as we're trying to have a really calming practice. That'll keep that from running through our heads. So this is actually called the victory breath because it's victory over the mind. So we will practice. We are going to use the breath that we just made, but we're going to do it with our mouth closed, and we're going to try to make the same sound on the inhale. So it's and you're going to repeat this and practice it so that you hear the sound of ocean waves or your little Darth Vader voice, and try to use that for your inhales and exhales really throughout your flow practice, and that will help calm your mind and keep you centered. Our next breath is a cooling breath, which is called the Sitali breath. And to do this practice, we're going to make our tongue into a little tube, like a straw. Okay, so it's going to be like this. And out through our nose. And that is going to be a cooling breath. We're going to practice that 10 or 15 times. You're going to practice that 10 or 15 times. I'm just demonstrating it for you. And some people have difficulty making that shape with their tongues, so they can just make a little cup with their tongue on their front lip and breathe in that way. And out through their nose. Okay, so you're going to do that 10 or 15 times, and that is our cooling breath. The next breath we have is the Kapalabhati. This is the skull shining breath, and this is actually technically a cleansing breath or a Kriya practice, but we often include it in pranayama because it is a breath that we can use to increase our energy. So for this breath, we are going to energetically be trying to force our breath out through our third eye to make a little halo around our head. So we're taking our energy and having it come out our third eye. That's why it's called the skull shining breath. So we will be taking a breath in, and then as a beginner, you probably want to start with your hand on your belly. You're going to be making sharp little breaths out as if you're blowing your nose. So you take a breath in, and then little breaths out. And you want to feel this muscle contracting. Okay? And you continue that until you have no more breath. Breathe back in. And we can repeat this 10 times for beginners after you exhale out all the air. And as you get more advanced, you can increase it up to about 30 times or possibly even more. Our next breath is the Bhramari breath, which is a bee breath. And this is called the bee breath because it's as if a bee is drunk on the love of the divine. It's a big humming bee, and this is a humming breath. And there are no contraindications to this breath. Kids like to do it, and it just helps us feel more joy, connection to the universe, helps us relax. So we're going to inhale through the nose, and then we will exhale and hum. And this is really wonderful for the sinuses. But you can also direct these humming tones. You can try experimenting with different tones and you can direct them into different parts of the body. Say you're trying to feel more, open your heart. So you could take a breath in and try to hum a tone into your heart. And experiment with all different parts of the body, and especially if you have any areas of pain. Okay, we have one final breath. That is our Nadi Shodhana, which is our alternate nostril breathing. We're going to breathe in through our left nostril with our right nostril closed, and then switch and open. As I said, alternate nostril breathing. We're going to make we're going to fold down our 2 fingers here and use our ring finger and our thumb to close the nostrils. So we'll breathe in through the left with the thumb over the right nostril. Then we'll switch the ring finger to close off the left and breathe out through the right. In through the right, thumb on the nostril, out through the left. And the purpose of this is to open those different channels from the nadis that we talked about last week, the Ida and the Pingala, and balance our masculine and feminine energy, help us to be more balanced. We want to do about 5 to 15 of these breaths and then stop and see how you feel. And that's our breaths for today. Thank you very much.